Hello, everyone. And by everyone, I mean everyone. All right. Let's get set up here. Let's pop out this fucking chat. Button power. Button power. What does that even mean? Oh, shut up. All right. I'll tell you what I'll do. I do have microphone stands, actually. I have boom stands over there, but they suck balls. So what I might have to do is shimmy this around somewhere. Okay, fine. God damn it. Internet always full of trolls being trolls. I'm fixing it right now. What I'm going to do is take this off and put this over here. Maybe that'll reach. Yeah, I can do something permanent later. But for now, this will have to do. Let me move my camera around. Whoa, we're going on a ride. Whoa. Now you're looking at my shoulder. Okay, now the mic is further away, but I can put the gain up a little bit and then tilt her down, and then she's on a totally independent surface. Is that better? Huh? Hello. Hello, we're going to wait for some people to come in. Then we'll start the show. I don't know what I'm going to do for a show. I'm not really a show kind of guy. I don't use a Razer keyboard. I did for a while. For a little while. I got a cheap Black Widow Tournament Edition, which is 10 keyless. Back when they had cherry switches. And that's fine. But I got rid of it. And I got my An Pro. You guys hear me okay, by the way? Is this like alright? The audio levels seem okay from where I'm sitting. Alright. Alright, sounds good. As long as my audio isn't totally obnoxious. Alright, what are we going to do today? I don't know. Guess I'm kind of just bored. Should we talk about hardware news? Oh, that's exciting, huh? Coffee Lake is exactly the same as Kaby Lake, which was exactly the same as Skylake. The only difference is process optimizations, which are legitimately a thing. But it doesn't look like Coffee Lake is actually new architecture. So that sucks. That sucks balls. I keep looking at my microphone like, hello, microphone. No, I should be looking there and talking there. See, this doesn't fucking work. What's a better way to do this? Maybe get like a separate little table here. Okay, maybe I can arrange something. Fuck, I don't know. Look for some Kijiji deals. Oh, that's going to be productive. All right, fine. Let's look for some Kijiji deals right now. And then maybe we'll play some Geoguessr. So, all right. So, let's see what we can find in the way of used shitty computers. Where am I? Ontario M to Z. I am in the Toronto area. I am in the city of Toronto. Go. And then from there, computers. Ooh, 5,590. And we'll do within 50 kilometers just to make it fucking reasonable. And then maybe I'll move my... You know what? I'm going to move my fucking camera. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit and fuck you guys for fucking up my setup. Making me feel bad about my microphone situation. You little cunts. No, I'm just kidding. You are kind of cunty, though. Okay, more of my faith. More of my faith. More this way. Yeah, that's good. Oh god, look at this. Okay. I know. Alright, what we got here, bitches? I'm not even logged into my account. That's good. Well, there are more computers now. How? What? I put within 50 kilometers and there was like twice as many computers. Oh well, let's not question it. Desktop computers. And see what's been posted recently. Oh my fuck, look at all this garbage. Dell Optiplex 755. Core 2 Duos. I fucking hate Core 2 Duo systems with a burning passion. I mean, they just need to retire already. Go away. Way too expensive here. This is Optiplex 790 with an i5 at 3.1 gigahertz. It's probably an i5 2400 with no hard drive of any significance, 6 gigabytes of RAM for some reason, and a bunch of other shit I don't need. Sifting through crap here, more Core 2 Duos, more advertisements, ugly ass fucking case with some useless dual core in it for $200 for some reason. Grossly overpriced, locked i7, 6th generation. Oh my god. See, this is the crap you gotta deal with. Just gotta sift through this shit over and over again. Ooh, a Hackintosh. How about fuck no? Gang bang. I do have cool lights in the ceiling. They're MU 20s or something like that in terms of their connector and their LED. They're cool. What the fuck is this? $15,000 editing workstation. Let's see. This ought to be good. Alright, 128 gigs of RAM. Okay. That's a pretty good start. Wow. Alright, what else we got here? It's a Cooler Master case, no one cares. An X99 motherboard, fair enough. With an i7E. Oh no, that's the motherboard. Where's the processor on here? E7, an E5 2697, 14 core at 2.6 gigahertz. Okay, so this is legit. This is not bullshit. I don't know about 15,000 fucking dollars, but this shit is legit. So this isn't going to be as funny as I thought it was going to be. Oh my god, look at this. Dual 1 terabyte 850 Pros. Oh, and a 512 850 Pro. One for the source drive and render drive. Oh, I see. He's got 3 SSDs in there for that purpose. Jesus fuck. Wow. Okay, well, no company gold in that. Ethereum mining rig, $5,000. Ha! This one's got to be... Oh my god. Okay, so 4 1070s at most is $2,000. Being liberal. And what the hell else is he charging for? Convenience? Yeah, right. Look at that setup. Ugly ass cable management. Is this a USB extender? Is this what this is? You got like a little card in there that has a USB cable that goes to a... Is it like a substitute for a riser, I guess? I've had those before. I just never know what they were for. Contrary to popular belief, I do not know everything about computers. Some things just aren't in my radar. Selling my gaming desktop. Please contact. Please contact is always encouraging because that means the person's willing to negotiate. Not that I'm particularly interested in this, but yeah, see, it looks like an i7 2600, 3.4 gigahertz tells me 2600, or Ivy Bridge maybe. The 3770 was a 3.4 gigahertz chip. Actually, it's definitely that then, because I think 3.3 was the 2600 was at. It could be a 2700 though. Two 970s, a terabyte of storage, nondescript, 8 gigabytes of RAM. I'm not even going to bother making him an offer. And an H440, which is a nice looking case. I'm not in the mood to negotiate right now. Power supply for that mining rig plus the motherboard at 3,000 additional. Ooh. Oh, you like it when I troll Windows Shop Weekly or on Danny's channel? I do too. I quite enjoy it. I still don't know if $5,000 is an appropriate price for that mining rig, being that even if you do have a high-end 1,000-watt power supply or something like that, you're still talking about components that have seen considerable wear. So I don't think 5,000 is realistic. But I'm not a mining expert. And what the fuck do I know? Let's take a look at the live dashboard here. How ugly do I fucking look? Oh, maybe we can tilt this camera down a little bit. You're gonna see more of my fat titties. Damn titties. All right. Piece of shit for retail, restaurant, and pizza. What? Okay, so it's point of sale. I know that. I'm making a joke. Piece of shit for retail, restaurant, and pizza. Restaurant and pizza. In case your restaurant... in case your pizza is not a restaurant. If you have a restaurant that is also a pizza, then this point of sale will work for either the restaurant or the pizza, or both if it is both restaurant and pizza. Just in case you were wondering about the status of the pizza compatibility of this piece of shit. That Mac Pro is actually a good case. Yeah, right. You're right about that. Oh, I just farted. What was I gonna do? Oh, with the Mac case. It's probably back a bit. Oh, this excellent working condition Mac Pro 5.1. Oh, I wouldn't know anything about it. What else we got here? Excellent working condition. Oh, this one. $50. Oh, maybe this. You're right. Hello, sexy. Hello, I'm Meryl Howard Kalin, and I'm going to teach you how to cook Mac Pros. Well, I'm speaking more about the capacitor lifespan, right? Like capacitors have a lifespan equal to the amount of heat they endure for a period of time. So, regardless of the load, I mean, the load of a graphics card is never usually what decides how long it lives, because the capacitors go before anything, right? So it's always the VRMs that are the problem. Now, mind you, they are undervolted, so yes, the VRMs are going to be capacitors in the array are going to be cooler, and therefore, there's not going to be much wear on them, but still, it's still something to consider. GPUs themselves, the dies, unless you've extreme overclocked them, I don't think they ever die first. I've very rarely encountered cards where I get that bullshit before I get loss of capacitance in the VRMs, but that's probably because I was coming from mostly an era where capacitors were shit. They're a lot better these days, so there is that. What think HD 7850 2GB for $61 US? Terrible deal. Pitcairn GPUs that are that old. So 7850s are the oldest iterations of Pitcairn, and they're the weakest of them all. You can usually get for $50-$60 in Canada. Canada. Where's my camera? I have a camera here, a camera there, and a microphone there. This is fucked. Yeah, you have a good point. But the VRAM is true. Again, I'm not a mining expert. I don't know what they do to those cards exactly. But I think in general, if you're talking about electronics as a whole, you're talking about things like planned obsolescence and the way components are manufactured, the way mean time between failures are calculated. It's always capacitors that are the biggest worry. Silicon lasts forever. What are we doing here? Okay. Oh. What else we got in this thing? It's a Q77 board, which is meh. 3770. Still packs a punch. It's not bad. 8 gigs of RAM, terabyte hard drive. 260. No graphics card. 4 USB 3.0 ports, though. Wait, I know this guy. I've dealt with him before. Yes, I do know this guy. This is one of my regular dudes. That's going to make me log in now, isn't it? No, for fuck's sake. Okay, fine. There we go. Yeah, this is a regular dude. I buy from a lot. He actually has some pretty good prices. If you guys are in the Toronto area and you want a good base to build from, this guy's not a bad way to go. So he gets off-lease stuff, obviously. So here's a good example of what you might find from him. Sandy Bridge i7, 8 gigs of RAM. The power supply is probably a Seasonic 350 watt, which is not bad. I mean, doesn't have any PCIe power connectors on it. But it'll do. In the case of a custom case like this, so like you can tell by looking at the pictures, like this is not a pre-built, and if it is, it's not something with proprietary components. So he's probably got his own power supply in there. So this is the same guy that I buy these off of. This is a deal and a half right here. These are OEM pulls, Seasonic 80 plus bronze certified 350 watt power supplies, and he sells them $50 for 5. So $10 Canadian gets you one of these bad boys, which is incredible. $10. $10! And he has like millions. Now, of course, you're limited in terms of what you can run off of this. But if you have a 1050 Ti and you need a power supply, there's no reason to not get this. This is fucking perfection. This is a good place to, save $100. Well, that's okay. I don't care if people know my email addresses. None of the ones you saw pull up there are private anyway. So it's 350 watts. So it's good enough for anything that doesn't have a 6-pin power connector requirement. And there's a lot of good graphics cards that do that these days. It's not just like before where it was all shit. since the days of the 750 Ti, those cards got competitive, and nowadays they're like it's hard to justify. If you want to get somebody into PC gaming, it's very hard to justify anything but like a 1050. You know, like if you're just talking about I want to play PC games and not be and not have a shit experience, the 1050 will run anything, and it will run anything at reasonable settings that will be pleasing to the eye and at frame rates that are steady and consistent. This is what matters essentially. You know, if you want to step it up, obviously you still need a bit more, but a 1050 does a lot. So this is a good place to start. This guy's got a lot of shit. Monitors, not really that great, I guess. So these are not bad. I mean, $50 for a 22-inch monitor is not terrible. Media Center PCs, more i7s. He's got some really better deals on old shit. So a Q9550, again, I'm kind of over Q series processors. I think they're yesterday's news. But 8 gigs of DDR2, that in itself is worth a little something. There's people that still want to buy that. It's a DQ45, so that's the G45 chipset, or I think that's what it's called, right? Or is it Q45? It's one of the fucking later. It's the 4 series chipsets for this processor. So highest features, DDR3 support too. If this board, no, obviously it has DDR2 slots, but there are some boards on this chipset that will support DDR3. So if you can't find DDR2 RAM, you can get a board. Blah blah blah. 500 gigabyte hard drive. Like, there's a lot of stuff in here, and there's again Seasonic 350 watt power supply. He's asking $50 for this whole package. So again, you're looking for a place to start. $50 for this. You throw a GTX 1050 in this, you're not in bad shape. That's a good hard working little computer. $90 modular PSU in US funds. Yeah, the HTPC man there has a pretty good idea. Oh, if you're talking about, I mean, I'm not really one to comment on coil whine or things like that. If you're talking about weird noises, you're talking about coil whine or something like that. It comes out of any component that has obviously coils in it. So, as far as I know, that's not something that's necessarily specific to a given design, but more so luck of the draw. Like, some are worse than others. It depends on the choice of componentry. So in the case of, it's been a while, but so that's a Seasonic. That's not a G unit. What do they call that? Their bronze line. What's the platform name? Oh god, I gotta look this up now. Data beneath. Where are we here? Seasonic is based on their. Oh, it doesn't say here, does it? Fucking Jesus! All right. What's the web? Oh god, my brain is not working. Power PSU. Oh, Orion PSU. Is that what it is? No, there it is. Orion PSU database. Oh god, what a stupid website. Fucker. All right. Platform that power supply is based upon, they call the S12G. Oh, so it's just a cut down version of their G line. They made like minor modifications to it. Let's take a look. Guys. See, like, I don't think it's specific to the design. There's nothing that jumps out at me here. I'm looking at this PCB that would make me go, oh, there's the mistake. No, everything's fine here. It's just luck of the draw. I don't know. Anyway, I can't comment on the coil whine. I'm not sure. But if you're talking about like fan noise, obviously anything with a hybrid operation mode is great. If you're talking, yeah, the fan noise though, I mean that just happens. I mean, just make sure that the power supply you buy has a good fan. So, not sleeve bearing. Or sleeve the one that's good. God, I'm in building operations now, so they're very similar. The way a building works, a commercial building versus a computer, they have so many similarities, but they're interchangeable jargon. So, bearing types, fans. Which one's the good one again? Lubricated ball. This is stupid. This is an article? Computer fan is an article? Oh, God. Bearing types. 2 surfaces lubricated with oil. That's the bad one. Rifle bearing is the good ones, right? No, I don't know. Anyway, I know sleeve are bad. 30,000 hours at 50C for sleeve bearing. Generally cheaper. Fans that use sleeve bearings are generally cheaper than fans that use ball bearings and are quieter at lower speeds early in their life, but they can become noisy, of course, because it's just 2 surfaces lubricated by oil. So, see, in building operations, we don't give a fuck about noise. So we want what lasts long, and sleeve bearings will work for a long period of time because it's fewer components. Ball bearings are generally more expensive. Oh, there you go. Okay, there's some good information for you. Anyway, look at the reviews. Make sure it has a ball bearing fan if you're worried about fan noise and durability. Blah, blah, blah. Or get an PSU that you can easily replace the fan in. Yeah, it's just simple. Just soldering 2 wires, right? So, but anyway, if I have specific power supply recommendations, it's kind of hard to beat what EVGA is doing right now. Let's take a look. So here in Canada, and I'm going to use Canadian prices for reference. So if you're looking for something to replace that, I mean, you don't need to have that high of a wattage, but let's just say that you're looking at a 550 minimum, which is kind of the sweet spot, really. Anything less than 550, there aren't many 500 or 450 watt power supplies that are high end in terms of the component quality, in terms of the capacitors they use, everything, line filters, all that shit. 550, 650 watts is where you'll start to get power supplies that have some nice shit in them. And of course, at the bottom here, we have a Logisys unit, which you should avoid entirely. EVGA has in their L series has a 550 now. Isn't that interesting? I wonder if it's any good. So if you look at some of the cheapest platinum rated ones, if you're looking for efficiency, 130 Canadian. I mean, in the United States, these should be running about $100. And in terms of component quality, it's kind of hard to beat the Supernova series, that's for sure. This is the one I currently use. So this is probably about 110 in the US. Now, if you're looking to go about 90, probably be gold rated. Yeah, so there's a lot of better options here that you would use in that kind of a rig. So this is just a SSR 550RM. I think they revised this line. It's been a while since I've looked at power supplies. So this is a semi-modular. And semi-modular can mean a lot of things. Semi-modular with just the 24-pin cable hardwired, that's good. 24-pin plus anything else, that's bad. Because you always have to have your 24-pin connected. So, like, I don't need that one cable to be modular. But I definitely need the rest to be modular. That's for sure. Because sometimes you don't need all 8 pins on your EPS. Because sometimes it's a 4-pin. Gamers Nexus has just released a video today on what 450 watt power supplies can do and what they can power. Bottom line is, yes, a 980 Ti plus a 1500X can be powered by a 550 watt power supply, no problem, with room to spare. Now, if you're going for optimal noise reduction, then obviously you want to buy a power supply that is of high wattage enough to keep cool and remain idle, if that makes any sense. So larger power supplies that have more capacity are obviously designed to endure a lot more heat, and they don't require active airflow under low use conditions, low load conditions. So all these ones with hybrid fan modes won't even turn on until they get up to like 50-60%. Now 50% of 800 is obviously a lot higher than 50% of 600. So I think the idea is you find the highest wattage power supply with good components, a long warranty, that will get you within that the meat of the efficiency curve and sound optimization curve. So, and they're roughly the same. So the efficiency curve usually peaks around 50-60%, depending on the unit. Sound's about the same too. Around 50-60% is when they'll start to turn on and ramp up. But up until then, for a lot of these units, they'll stay quiet. And that's under maximum load. Under gaming load, you're talking even less, remember. So, so my pick, if I had to choose one out of this stack here, and full modularity was a requirement, I don't know about Rosewell units. I haven't done Rosewell's hit or miss. They've put out some stinkers, but they've put out some really good units as well. So I don't know if I would go with that. I would need to do some research first and look at the ODM, see what it looks like. Seasonic Focus Plus. This must be new. Ooh, sexy. What's this based on? Seasonic Focus. They didn't even have this listed yet? Doesn't look like it. Huh. Okay, well, the PSU database has not been updated to tell me what the fuck this is. Looks like it's new. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, looks pretty basic. 140 millimeter fan. What do we got here? Don't care. What do I care about? Single 12 volt rail. Fluid dynamic bearing. That is good. As long as it's not sleeve. Fan is good. I don't know. This guy seems like a pretty good option. It depends on what's on sale in your area, but fuck. If I were building a computer right now, I think this is the 550 watt unit I might choose. Of course, right below it is the G2. These things are still very good. Obviously, very well reviewed. The GS is more expensive right now. It's worse. The GS series is strictly inferior to the G2, although it's still fine. If you happen to get a GS on sale, that saves you a significant amount of money. You don't feel bad about buying it. But the ripple suppression is much worse on this than on the G2, which is a superflower design. A lot of these focus line from Seasonic looks like they're starting to compete. If they're matching EVGA in price and performance, that's good news. Corsair is kind of pricing themselves out of it. Like the RM550X here, $130. I'm not going to get any fucking takers of that price, guys. Corsair has good power supplies, though. So anyway, there you go. You're looking at a Supernova B2 750, and it seems like it has some good reviews. Yes, Superflower flower, I don't even know. I don't even fucking know. Generally speaking, as far as the reputation they carry as an ODM, are superior to Fortron, but both make good power supplies. The difference between them, I think, is that Fortron does a lot of volume. They do a lot more volume. Fortron does like in terms of like OEM stuff, like desktop builds, like pre-builts. Fortron is like one of the leading power supply makers in the world by comparison, as opposed to Superflower, which doesn't do nearly as much business. So Fortron makes all kinds of units. This Fortron will make units for Acer that are just like, give me a power supply kind of units. Like just make sure it's stable and it works, and works for as long as I'm willing to insure my PC with warranty. And then Fortron goes, okay, and checks off that box, and then they send them off to their manufacturers located in various places around China and Taiwan, and they go to whatever one's the cheapest and can do the best job for as little money as possible, and that's the one they go with. Superflower is more like, I don't want to say they do exclusively high-end stuff, because they do have a budget line. Their gold green line was pretty cheap back in the day and did quite well. But it's more retail, from what I understand. And but they've gotten big enough that they outsource a bit too. So it's like, but their reputation is better. Like there's them and Seasonic are like number 1 and 2. So, but the B2 line is fine. It's just that the warranty coverage is worse. So if you can afford, like a 750 watt power supply is just not worth it. I mean, you're probably going to get less noise out of a 550 watt G2, really. Probably going to get less noise out of that, and a longer life with a longer warranty. I mean, look at how long the warranty Look at how long the warranty is on it. Whichever one is cheapest in your area, but do some research. Remember, higher end components will help you in the long run more than anything else, including the fan they use. So, anyway, off the topic of power supplies, because they're boring. Oh, we have Nerd on a Budget here. It's Daddy. Hi, Daddy. How are you? Danny's my biggest fanny. All right. Okay. Well, let's go looking for deals. Then I'll play some Geoguessr to pass the time. I don't know if you guys are aware of what Geoguessr is, but I'm like a world-class talent at Geoguessr. Like one of the best players in the world. One of my many hidden talents. What's this? Oh, I was looking at this guy. Yeah, this guy's great. Buy his stuff. Fuck off. Get me back to the listings. Yes, here's more of his stuff. He's got it just scattered throughout here. Posts on a pretty mid-tier gaming PCs. Handles all games well. I've bought a new computer and I'm selling my old one. Oh, yes, of course. You and everybody else on Kijiji. This computer has served me very well in the 3 weeks since I built it from used components. And now I'm looking to sell it for totally not a profit. No, not at all. Like, fuck off. You know the proof that you know for a fact that it's not his PC is that nobody who ever built... What the fuck? Wait a minute, maybe this is his PC. Because it's only got Windows 8.1. He has an 80 gigabyte hard drive and a 1 terabyte hard drive. I'm assuming he means SSD here, right? Okay, maybe okay, I was too quick to judge. Maybe this actually is his computer because he's selling a keyboard with it, some stupid ass mouse, and fucking 144 hertz monitor. Okay, I was wrong. Maybe this is. So nothing here. No, this is all grossly overpriced. He has no idea what his shit is worth. Locked i5s. Locked i5s too in some regards, but unlocked i5s from years past are all fucking shit now if they're any more expensive than a Ryzen 3, which is like $120 here in Canada. That's a good question. I haven't actually looked yet. I'm all over the map here. What the fuck ever. It's my show. I'll do what I want. So CPUs, what do we got here? Ryzen 3, $133 for an R3 1200. Overclock this guy to anywhere close to 4 gigahertz, and it makes the 3570 look a little silly at $200. And 3570 might still outperform it. Might. Slightly. Probably not, though. Well, no, think about this. Because if, just thinking, I haven't seen the R3 reviews in any great detail, but Ryzen 5, I remember the single-threaded performance of Ryzen 5 when it launched at stock was like in the range of a stock 4690K, so Haswell IPC. So if it's Haswell IPC and the 34570 is clocked at 3 point something and the Ryzen's clocked at 3 point something out of the box, then presumably it should be, the clock for clock comparison between the two of them should be about even. So yeah, anyway. Yes, Danny. But at least you don't at least you don't suck a bunch of dick. What was I going to say? At least you don't. Not that sucking a bunch of dick is wrong. I think, hey man, you know what? I've got a dick. Just saying. But no, Danny at least doesn't upsell his shit. I know he sells computers like this, but he doesn't. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, he's asking $500 for this whole thing. That ain't that half bad. I'm tired. That's not half bad, actually. Would I buy this as a package? All right, let's do Danny's method. And we all do this too, but I know he advertises this as being his method. So when he sees a $500 PC, he breaks out down the components based on what he think they would be worth if they were bought individually. Now, 780 Ti is kind of a weird thing because Kepler hasn't gotten a lot of driver love. It's not that they've gotten worse, but it hasn't gotten any better. Maxwell and Pascal have just gone up in terms of driver optimization in the last like 20 revisions or more, but Kepler not as much. So comparatively, they're getting worse to what's on the market now. $160 though might still not be a terrible price if that's what you were to estimate this at. That's what this guy's saying. Yeah. If he's really taking $500, that's not a bad deal at all. Motherboard, probably $50. It's like the cheapest Z77 board you can possibly buy. It's an Asus LK, the LX series. They're all their budget boards. RAM is RAM these days, and fuck is expensive. Holy fuck. I mean, if you assume this at $100, if you think this is just like a shittier Ryzen 3, power supply, depending on the model, could actually be worth something. Yeah, I'm not going to buy it. Someone wants this, do it up. We do need our own dollar symbol. It should be a maple leaf. It should be a maple leaf with a penis in it. $50 Seagate 3 terabyte portable hard drive. Very wary about that. I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware. Oh, this is an ad anyway. Yeah, I'm even more wary about it. So you guys are all aware of 3 terabyte and 4 terabyte Seagate hard drives of certain revisions, right? And how shit they are. Yeah. Well, newer ones are better. Apparently that whole issue they were having has been resolved, but anything from a few years back, avoid. And who needs a 3 terabyte hard drive anyway? Mr. Nerd on a Budget can back me up on this. I don't know what he does with his footage. But see this little bitch right here? This is my 2 terabyte external drive. This has all of my videos on it. Every single one of them. All 99 videos. And that includes all the footage, raw footage. There's no... I didn't just keep the finished copy. I kept like all of the fucking base files to compile that shit. And this isn't even like... This is like maybe half full. So, I'm not saying I'm not going to need storage eventually. But I'm a content creator. And I'm just like, I don't need storage. So 3 terabytes. Why 3 terabytes? Why not get a 1 terabyte hard drive, even if it's for half the money? You think, well, per gigabyte, that's more expensive. Yeah, but you're saving $25 and rather than buying something you don't fucking need. Oh, well. Oh, Danny, all fancy. He has 9 terabytes. Yeah, most people don't need that much storage. Do you keep everything? Like everything? talking to Danny now. None of you other fuckers. Priority. Yeah, I was the same way. Okay. So I'm going to back Danny up a little bit. Let's see. I get it. Like, I used to be that way as well. I used to pirate. Or, no, I didn't. No, officer. I didn't pirate anything. But I used to have a lot of movies that were legally obtained. Let's just say that. A lot. And let's just say back in the early 2000s, I was like, I hosted one of the biggest OpenNAP servers in the world. Maybe, just allegedly. So I used to have a lot of shit. And so I had a need for hard drives back in the day. And a NAS and things like that, which I did have. So, yeah. And see, Danny says, I kept everything for the past 10 years or so, and he'd been recording videos since around 2006. So I guess he's got family stuff, vlogs, whatever else. He has a need. Most of you don't. I don't. I don't even give a fuck. Like if that hard drive failed on me, I don't have it backed up. I don't give a shit. My stuff's on YouTube, whatever. If an event of a drive failure, I'll just download all the videos from YouTube and store them somewhere. I don't give a fuck. I don't call back my shit. I ain't Linus. I don't have a big fucking petabyte server for all my fucking anal retentiveness. Desktop i5 computer, a Lenovo ThinkCentre. Okay, immediately you know it's not worth that much. No, I don't care what's in it. Because no Lenovo ThinkCentre in the world that's secondhand is going to have stuff worth $300. Comes with a keyboard, 19-inch monitor for $20 extra. Yeah, okay. How about no? See, this is not a current fucking build. Obviously. This is like, in fact, here. I can tell you exactly when. So here's the same computer. Oh no, maybe this is slightly different. It looks slightly different. This is an M series. I don't know what the fuck that is. Same power button. This is it right here. So it doesn't have anything new in it. It's probably like third or second generation Sandy Bridge. So fuck this guy. $300. Suck my dick. How about for $300? No. Is anyone else dropping frames? I'm smooth. I'm pumping out smooth. Maybe I'm not. Am I? My internet's not bad though. It's good. Let me see what my traffic statistics look like. Maybe I can put down the bitrate a bit. We're at 10K right now. Maybe that's a little bit high. Anyone else having problems? Okay. Let me put the bitrate down a bit. I guess I don't have an internet connection. I have the second fucking highest one that Rogers sells, for Christ's sake. Do I have to restart the stream for this shit, or can I just like change the settings and that'll be it? I don't think my internet's crap right now, though. Oh, pardon me. No, you don't. Neither do I. I was talking to somebody about getting a new camera today. And he's like, well, if you spend this much money, you can get 4K. I'm like, nobody wants to see my fucking face in 4K. Has it improved yet? Because I just made a change, and I don't know if it actually like affected if the bitrate actually slowed down. Yeah, see, I don't think it's my internet connection. It's a 20 meg upload, so it should be fine. Is it better? Is it better? Is it better? Is it better? Tell me if it's better. Stream seems fine now. Okay, good. Great. All right. Oh, I should give away some shit, shouldn't I? I always do that. All right. Okay. Can you guys see this window? What am I doing? No, you can't. Okay. I'm on a window you can't see right now. So just chill out. All right. Okay. I know what we can do. I'm going to give away some Steam keys, of course. I always do. But first of all, I got to pull up my list. My latest one, wherever the fuck it is. And hope you can't see this. I don't think you can. All right, that's good. I got it concealed. And I got to pick a game. Okay, this is the game. All right, we're going to do this nice and easy, folks. Okay, if you want your fucking game, I'm not going to chase you. You need to... I'm going to just send you the key on Twitter. You have to fucking twit me. Okay? All right. And with, the method of selection for who gets this first game key is... ooh, I know what we're going to do. What catchphrase did Danny have me say in his latest couple of videos? How about that? Huh? Okay, I'll just find... Oh, whatever. I'll find a way to get you the goddamn key. Just... Yeah. Just make it easy on me. No. It's not somebody once told me. Yay, Nexie wins because he watches both of our channels. Okay. All right, Nexie. Nexie, here's how this goes. Just find a way to contact me. How about techtickle@yahoo.com? Email me. Email me. Tell me what your username here is so I can confirm that it's you, and then I'll give you your key. Okay? And if any of you, everyone's going to flood my inbox now. It's like, I'm Nexie. Like, no. Because in chat here, Nexie is going to verify his identity by giving me a secret passcode, right? So Nexie, what you're going to do is you're going to come up with a word, a magic secret super word, and you're going to include it in your email. And then I'm going to ask you what the word is here in chat, and you're going to say it. Okay? And if you do that, I'll know it's you, and then I'll email you your key. Got it? So any word you want, and I'll repeat it here on the stream to confirm that it's you. Hey, it's me, you're Nexie. Yeah. Memes, right? Alright, what am I doing? I'm going to play some Geoguessr. I'm tired of searching for shit. I'm going to show off my skills. You guys know what Geoguessr is? Anyone know? So on Geoguessr, usually I limit myself to 10 minutes at a time. So they just plop you down on Google Earth. Satellite view. Well, not satellite view. Fucking street view. And this eats CPU cycles like fuck. Holy shit. How am I doing on CPU resources here? Yeah, whatever. I'm okay. So anyway. Holy, just swinging the map around. Woo! Listen to those fans ramp up. Yeah, we're hitting 100%. Okay, maybe I don't play Geoguessr right now. somebody just give me money? How's that work? What's that? Is that money? Why did you give me money? I don't need money. Do I have that stupid chat thing enabled? Oh, I didn't mean to take your money. I don't need money. Dude, I'm fucking rich. I don't need money. No, I'm not. I'm not actually rich. I'm not rich. The wife's kind of rich. I'm not rich. But we don't need money. But thank you, though. I'll put it to a good cause. How about that? I'll pass it on to somebody. But anyway, as it would seem, this fucking game and streaming at the same time might be a bit of a challenge. If this gets choppy, let me know. So anyway, what the game is you just have to guess where you are in the world. Usually in 10 minutes after seeing a location and moving around, I can guess it to within 100 meters, no problem. So, first thing I gotta do is look at this road sign. So, Usina, Colorado. Well, I'm just going out on a limb here. Might have a pretty good idea of where we're located. I mean, it's not the United States, obviously. And you might see Colorado and think that it is, but Usina is obviously not an English word, and you don't use kilometers. But it's still a tip as to what part of the world we're in. Look at the landscape. Trees looks like it's subtropical or maybe hot temperate, something like that. Soil looks like we have a deep red podzol of some kind. So this is, my guess would be somewhere in the Amazon. But not necessarily Brazil. I'm not really an expert on Spanish and Portuguese, but I would be willing to bet that. Yeah. Anyway, let's go for a walk. Let's progress. Looks like Alberta. You're right, it does look like Alberta. Except for the wildlife. I would say the wildlife, the fucking foliage, I mean. See, like what this looked like. This, I mean, like, look in the distance here. These are jungle trees, subtropical at the very least, and this is what looks like clear-cut field in the middle of a forest that's been cultivated. Just a guess. I might be wrong. Well, we have a village that way, so that's the direction we want to be walking in. You see. So, Amazon region, South America would be my first guess. Might not be. Could still be like Mexico or some shit like that. We're trying to catch up to this truck here. So what this truck is going to tell us. See if I can get a good view of the shape of the license plate. Oh, we have a car. So, now the rough outline of this plate would suggest that it is not North American, but not European either. The car is a bit distorted. This is probably a lot longer than it looks. So it looks like I was on the right path when it comes to Europe, or South America rather. And I'm not going to be able to catch this fucking truck. Oh, a bus. Buses are good indicators. Ah, dirty ass bus. I'm not to be racist, but there ain't too many dirty ass buses in the United States. Not like this anyway. I mean, when you get a bus that looks this dirty ass, you have a pretty good idea of what part of the world it's going to be from. That's super racist. Oh my god. It's an old Mercedes. Looks like 1980s. Mercedes from the 80s. Any markings on the back? Red license plate. Okay, nothing significant though. I was hoping for like, you know, welcome to city of fucking ass balls. City bus service. Obviously not gonna give me any help there. No, yeah, it does look maintained. Okay, this is good. Cruzamento Perigoso. Probably Spanish. It's not Portuguese. Right? Yeah, it's not Portuguese. Maybe, well, it still could be, actually. They're so similar. Southern Romantic languages, Italian, Spanish, they're so fucking similar. Ah, what? Okay, So Ciudado, I know, is city in Spanish, but Cui, that's fucking weird. I'm starting to lean towards Portuguese, and which would make me lean towards Brazil. Oh, let's go back. Go back! Fucking goddamn it, go back! Saída de Veículos Longos. Oh, God. Okay, well. Good news is now I'm pretty sure it's Portuguese. So now let's zoom in and see if we can just randomly spot this village. Probably not. And my guess was that it was in clear-cut Amazon land. So that would be somewhere along the brim of the Amazon, which is right in here. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more exploring. Head towards that villa. Email address is TechTickle, just like the channel name, at yahoo.com. Yeah. Yeah, that's me. Usina is the name of the city. And Ritorno. Isn't that just... That doesn't sound like a place. It just sounds like the word return. It sounds like roundabout, which is exactly what this is. It's a big Ritorno. Okay, Usina sounds like it would be an indicator. I might still be wrong about the Brazil thing, though. But I'm going on a hunch. And Usina looks like it's not small, but not a big city anyway. So it's probably not going to be... Probably not going to be on the map at this distance. Maybe I'll have to zoom in a bit for it to show up. Usina, Colorado. Fuck. Don't Google it. You spoil it, I'll kill you. I don't know how this shit's pronounced. I'm pronouncing it the way I think it's pronounced. If it were English. Oh, and it stops here. We can't see. Maybe Usina does mean airport or some shit. Who knows? I have no fucking idea. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going. Going to keep on trucking along this major highway. Major highways are good because once you identify the highway, it's a lot easier to find where you are. Okay, more bullshit. Looks like maybe a military base. Getting kind of bored though, so maybe I'll just take a guess soon. Like you see the bronzing of the soil here, like it's very red. That's a hallmark of clear-cut rainforest deforestation. In this part of the world anyway, which is why I'm thinking Brazil. But it could still be wrong. I'm not a language expert is the problem. I have a generally good idea of where languages come from when I see them. This looks Portuguese to me. The accents and all that, I mean, that's not a Spanish thing. I don't think. I know you're Americans, you know Spanish better than I would. I'm on a tilt. I'm on a hill, apparently. Or the Google car had a problem. Geoguessr brought to you by Newegg. It's lagging again. Man, I usually give myself 10 minutes, Danny. I don't know how long it's been. I've been distracted, okay? Ah, truck. A truck. Kutrak. Oh, that sounds like a company. There we go. All right. Here's a good indicator of where we are. So yes, Portuguese rather, and yeah, we have calling codes, which I think is Brazil, 4-1. All right, I'm just gonna make a guess. I'm not gonna continue this charade. So I am going to say that we are. It's a semi-major highway. It was 4 lanes at one point. All right. Fuck it. Right there. No, too high. There. No. There. Yeah, not far off. 986 kilometers away. That's not good. I could have done better. Usina, Colorado power station. I'm bored of that. Oh, God. What Steam multiplayer games do I play that don't suck? Like, what kind of multiplayer? Do you mean local multiplayer? Like within controllers and people on a couch? Or do you mean like LAN multiplayer? Or do you mean like online? Gotta be specific! God damn it! French Guiana. God. Guys are juvenile. Anyway, let's take a look at that. Let me advertise some of my favorite games to you people. Here we are at the theme store. The games I play for local multiplayer are, and this one gets done a lot, Overcooked, which I got in the Humble Monthly last month, and it's fucking amazing. It's an incredible game. Oh my god. So good. So yeah, don't buy it for $18.99 though. You can find it for much cheaper than that. Ooh, look, 20% off if you want to buy this whole bundle of stuff. A lot of good games in there, actually. I mean, I wouldn't pay $69 for it. But, you know. What else do I play? Local co-op. Oh, there's this one. This is a great game. This is great. It's so simple. It's just 4 controllers. I think you actually can take up to 8 in some games. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong with that. It might be 1 to 4. And all you do, like the rules are so simple, and it's just a matter of hiding your controller because it's trying to figure out who on the screen is a player and who's not. And there's NPCs and stuff. So yeah. Toast. You mean I am bread? Okay, he wants online multiplayer. Well, I used to play... Let me guess, is that going to work? No. I used to play Lord of the Rings online. Oh, man. I remember the graphics looking much better than this. Holy shit. It's an old game now. But this is what I used to play. I used to play an even older MMO than this that I've talked about in the past. I played Tibia. PewDiePie played Tibia. Because he's Swedish, and everybody who was Swedish played Tibia. But I was one of the few Canadians who did. And what other online multiplayers have I played at all? I don't play a lot of online multiplayer games, really. Not these days, anyway. I'm more of a hermit. But is there one? Grim Dawn has online multiplayer. I played a lot of that lately. Or recently. Didn't really like it that much, though. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It is a good game. There's no question. well built, all that good stuff. But I just found it to be so repetitive. So yeah, not really a huge fan. Ever played Rift? No. Um, did not. But I heard good things about it at the time. I have not played I Am Bread. Is there more lag happening right now as you speak, as I speak? Seems like it's fine. Yeah, but grind... You're talking about a grind game. Well, anyway, I don't know what you meant by a grid game. But, okay. All right, Nexy. Nexy, are you still here, Nexy? What's the secret word? I just got your email. So yeah, I don't know. I don't like shooters. I've okay. So you gotta understand, I'm 37 years old. So my gaming um, history, gaming progression, went from Nintendo to Super Nintendo to PC. And in fact, the first PC I ever owned in must have been about 1995 was a 286 processor at 33 megahertz. It was clocked, I think, and running Windows 3.1. And the reason I wanted this computer, and it was not expensive at the time. It was several years old when I got it. Must have been when I was about 15 or 16. And I didn't know anything about computers at the time, but I just wanted one that could play NES ROMs, which was not that hard to do, because I wanted to play Nintendo games that I didn't own, and I didn't have a lot of money. So I was getting, and yes, it is. Well, technically it's Jamestown, but I believe that this is you. So I'll email you back and give you your key. So, whoops, I almost emailed you a Katy Perry link that I had on my clipboard. Oh, that was good. Okay, so redeem this key. Make sure it works. So my gaming progression went as such. And so yeah, I was console based, and of course, first person games of any kind suck on console, and not that they even existed back then. Super Nintendo did sort of have like a couple of attempts at 3D third person games, like NHL Stanley Cup was one example. Star Fox, I guess, would count. No first person stuff. It wasn't until fucking the N64 that became a thing, and I didn't buy an N64. I was into PC games by then. Now, PC games back then, there was Doom and Wolfenstein and all that, and Quake came shortly after. I don't remember the timeline of when things came, Duke Nukem and all that, but I know that they were in there. But for me, it was all, I guess at the time, the first PC exclusives I got into that weren't console games really would have been Warcraft. Star Control was a big one. Fucking StarCraft, obviously, although not that much. Baldur's Gate was a big one. Baldur's Gate is the earliest PC game I can recall that I really liked, that I really enjoyed. It was definitely the original Baldur's Gate. And I didn't get that until obviously several computers later I could actually run it. So yeah, I think that's how my gaming progression went. So I didn't have a lot of experience with first person games, and as a result I suck at them. And not only do I suck at them, but I find them a little dizzying sometimes, I guess. I played Skyrim, and it's been so long since I played Skyrim, but I believe I remember switching to the third person mode, which is the thing, right? You can do that in Skyrim, can't you? I distinctly remember having done that. Yeah. Anyway. You're right. Baldur's Gate 2 was better. Never played Icewind Dale, but I have it, and I'm going to at some point. And Pro with Gateron Browns, Magic Force with Otimu Browns, or Drevo Caliber with whatever they use Browns. What would I prefer? Well, I have two of those keyboards right here. So there's the Drevo that I reviewed. I gave it a lot of shit. I gave the company shit, but the product is actually pretty good. It's actually really nice in terms of the build quality. I just wish they would have been honest about what was in it. It's a real shame too, because otherwise they took. I mean, I know some of you guys want Bluetooth capable keyboards, but most of us don't. If you're not wiring your keyboards, you're gonna get input lag. It's just reality. So yeah, fuck that. Fuck Bluetooth. Fuck it. What I would like to see Drevo do is take this and take away the Bluetooth and add better lighting and for the same price, and then I would endorse it wholeheartedly. This keyboard, Canadian, I think you can get it right now for like $70. And they said if you go to their Facebook page and link my video or some shit, they'll give you a discount code. I don't fucking know. Honestly, I've given up on them. Their responsiveness has not been good. But they are close. And if it weren't for the fact that these are ABS keycaps, they're already starting to show a little bit of key wear from finger oil, which sucks because they're beautiful keycaps otherwise. They have that beautiful UV coating on them that it's just lovely. And I love the switches too. Otimu Browns are among my favorite. They're among my favorite because they're a little stiffer than the rest and require a touch more force, but not so much that they feel like a, what would be the equivalent? A clear? No, those are linear, right? Not blacks. Blacks are linear. What's the one with the tactile bump, but that's heavier? Greens? No, greens are blue alternatives that are heavier. I don't fucking remember. And the An Pro that I also have right here. I don't want to disconnect it, but there it is. Gateron Browns. The bump on an An Pro is so light that it almost like a linear switch. So for $89.99, which is what they're selling for in Canada right now, it's good. I like it. I like the An Pro. There are things I would change about it though, but it is good. I find Gaterons to be great switches in general, but they're just not, now that I've had a considerable experience with them, they're just not for me. Like the quality is very good, and a lot of people like them, and I can see why. But I don't prefer Cherry over them. I think Cherry switches are just, in terms of at least how they feel, I'm just as sour on Cherry MX Browns as I am on Gateron Browns. But if it weren't for the ting that you get, I mean, I don't know if it's related to the keyboard or the switch, but both Zorro and Otimu switches on like the Velocifier keyboards and on that Drevo, they have that reverberation to them, that tingy noise. So, you know, I'm not happy with it. And remember, I'm talking Canadian dollars too. So if you're talking 70, 80 US for a keyboard like that, it's still a significant bit more. I think the Ryzen 3 1200 is great for gaming. I think it's the new... I'm even hesitant to call it entry-level standard because, you know, it's not like games will require 6+ threads in the near future to distant future, right? But they don't really right now. Like the benefit, like Ryzen 5 beats locked i5s on Kaby Lake. Like an i5 7500 is a poor comparison now for the R5 1600 at the same price point, roughly. But it is partly because of the increased core count and thread count, but it is mostly because Ryzen, you know, the single threaded performance that you get from Ryzen 5 is good enough to compete with 4 Kaby Lake cores at that clock, especially when you account for the overclocking a lot. So when you take that same math and you scale it down to Ryzen 3s, so Ryzen 3 is 4 cores, no hyper-threading. So it's a direct core-for-core comparison versus something like the i5 74, 7500 and those chips. And it competes quite favorably as a result, because again, you're coming close on IPC, you're coming close on single-threaded performance, and the multi-threaded performance, is, aside from the fact that you're losing a bit of crosstalk with the Infinity Fabric and all that, is comparable. So you're talking about $130 Canadian chip versus something that costs you 200 plus, and doesn't perform any better. I would be hesitant to call the Ryzen 3 1200 the new budget standard. I would more so call it the new mainstream standard more than anything for today. Now, of course, I would still recommend that if you're going mainstream, investing in something like an R5 would probably be a better deal for the next 2 or 3 years. But quad-core chips are still going to be relevant for a long time. We're not anywhere near being well beyond that. So I'm impressed by Ryzen 3. I'm impressed by the G4560 as well, but Ryzen 3 is definitely interesting, considering how little power it consumes, all that stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, exactly. G4560, RX 460, plays Subnautica at 60 frames per second on medium. And he's happy. See how cheap PC gaming is these days? This is why buying... I don't know if Danny's still hanging around, but maybe he'll back me up on this. It's not that you can't find good deals. I mean, if you watch his shit, you know, his Windows Shop Weekly and all that, which I do from time to time, you know, he and Lee will go over them, you know, and they'll find deals for used components, Kijiji ads, and things like that from time to time. That certainly good. There are people out there that are still getting deals, but the second hand market is slimming, and it's slimming because the Ethereum crisis. It's slimming because, you know, RAM is expensive in general. There's a lot of things that are just bumping the market up. But similarly, we're sort of hitting an epoch? Is that no an apex? My shirt says dance like, my girlfriend got me a shirt. It says dance like Russia's not watching. Who gives a fuck? But we're hitting the games right now are not pressing hardware in the same way. The need for hardware is not there. So there's a bunch of factors that are making it more difficult to build a used PC for a price that makes sense, given the state of new hardware, what games are demanding, and all that. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. She got me the shirt because she thinks it's funny. She's not funny. I'm funny. Do you want to hear a funny story? I'll tell you guys a funny story. I was going to save this for a video at some point, an off-topic video, but I'll tell you guys. So I used to own a game store. And I don't mean games as in like PC games. No, I used to own a game store as in collectible card games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, shit like that. So one night, myself, this other gentleman who's been a friend of mine for a long time, who's an astronomer and a PhD nowadays, a little 14-year-old kid with a learning disability, not that that's relevant, well actually it kind of is, more on that later, and somebody else were all playing a game one night. And that somebody else had to leave, I think, at one point. And then this other gentleman came into the store. Now, this other gentleman, his name was Andrew. And I won't say his last name, obviously, because that would be bad. But he had come into my store several times, and he would just come in and he would spend $50 on something, and he would leave. So he would come in and buy a big Star Wars figure, and he'd fuck off. And then he would come in and buy an expensive Magic card, or like a whole box of Magic cards, like $130, something like that, and then just leave. He would never stick around and play. We had gaming space where you can come sit down and enjoy yourself. So he's obviously a very awkward kid. And we were happy to have him, and we spoke to him on a few occasions. And we said, you know what? Come by the store. You're welcome to sit down and just see if anyone wants to have a game of HeroClix or whatever else you happen to be playing and buying at the time. So eventually one day he got the message and came by, and this wasn't the first time he had joined us, but it was like the second or third time. He was still relatively new to socializing with us. So it was me, my business partner, who was the astronomer now, this little learning disabled kid, and our fourth guest, Andrew. playing a game. And I don't even remember what fucking game it was, to be honest with you. I think it was Settlers of Catan. Could have been something else. So, so sounds like GW Andrew. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Games Workshop Andrew. So, anyhow, sits down about 2 turns into playing. So he's wearing like really tight pants. Let's just say that, like really tight jeans, right? So a couple turns into playing, I get a whiff of a fart, and Vince, who is the little learning disabled kid who's 14 years old, just goes, "Ew!" Like at the top of his lungs, like totally inappropriate. And he looks down at the floor. He's pointing at something, and that's when both my business partner and I, we noticed that it wasn't a fart we smelled; it was shit. And it was not only shit; it was shit coming out of the ass of our honored guest. And the shit was like you have to understand the logistics here. So, okay, I'll show you with my ass. Okay, so here's my ass, right? Here's my shorts. Okay, so he's got tight fucking pants on like this, right? So imagine you got your pants all nice and tight, and then you shit, and you're sitting down, so the shit can't go down your legs, right? So the shit has no choice but to come up your ass crack and out this little fucking pocket in your fucking back of your pants, right? So that's what happens. It comes popping out the back of his pants and overflowing, and because they're nice and tight, most of it came out. So it pours out over the top of the pants, down the back of his ass pants, the ass of his pants, and then pools up onto the back of the chair, right like where, like before, because he's sitting on a chair. There's like a little bit of a pool there, and then the pool overflows because there's shit there that's kind of liquidy, and then it over the back of the chair, which is like a folding chair, and onto the floor. So Vince is pointing at the feces on the floor and ew, and he's of course a 14-year-old with a learning disability. He himself doesn't know any better. If there was anyone in this equation that I would have picked out of the 4 of us to shit their pants, it would have been me. But then after that, it would have been Vince. So Vince is freaking out, and Andrew and I, my business partner's name is also Andrew. No last names here. I think first names is acceptable, right? So my business partner is also named Andrew, which is another level of funny. But so I look at him, and like we're stunned. We don't know what the fuck to do. So then the other Andrew, who just shat himself all over my store, he was fucking flabbergasted. He was like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. I don't." And he didn't know what to say. And why would you? I wouldn't know what to say. I have no idea what to say when I shit myself, and I've shat myself at least 6 or 7 times in my life, and one of them, 3 years ago in Ottawa. I was on a plane trip. It was my first time on a plane. I just didn't feel well coming off the plane. First night, stomach wasn't sitting right, and then fart, and there it was. So it happens, and we don't know what to say. Suddenly I'm Christopher Walken. So then Vince says, "Oh my god, the feces on the floor." So he's freaking out. Andrew and I don't know what to do. Andrew's all embarrassed, so he waddles out of the store, and he's like, I cannot emphasize enough how strange this gentleman was. I still feel bad for him, a little bit less so, and I'll tell you more about why I don't later. But like he also had like a leg problem. It looks like he had some mobility issues. So like he sort of like, did this out of the store with his legs. Like he's just like gave it like the old, "Oh, I've got shit down my leg" walk, but I also don't have fully functioning legs, so it's gonna look weird. And then he walks out the store and leaves. So it's just the 3 of us there. We tell Vince to fuck off. So then you gotta understand. So the combined IQs of myself and Andrew, I don't mean to brag here, but it's fairly sizable. We're 2 very relatively smart guys. At the time, we were both reasonably well educated for the age that we were, and we're looking at each other going, "What do we do? What do we do? I've never cleaned up shit before. Have you? It's like, no, I've never cleaned up shit before. I've made all kinds, but I haven't ever cleaned it up. Usually it goes in the toilet where I flush it. And it's like, well, how do you clean up shit? It's like, well, usually I just, wash my underwear out and rinse them in the sink or something and put them in a fucking wash and then they're clean. Or if they're really bad, I just throw them in the garbage. And he's like, yeah, so do I. But I've never had to clean shit out of a carpet before. Not only a carpet, but a shitty, like, Home Depot bottom of the barrel carpet that was just barely sufficient for the purposes we wanted it for. And obviously no stain resistance, nothing like that. So how do you clean shit out of a carpet? So it was liquidy. It was like a flan. It wasn't like completely liquidy and diarrheic, if that's even a word, but it was like a soft dome of shit. And it was just, and it was just like, this is like wobbly jello, kind of like, you'd poke it with a stick and it would just, so anyway, White Zero just showed up. What the fuck? So anyway, our combined intelligences, what we realized we could do to solve this problem, and I'm trying to demonstrate, we figured it would be best to take one piece of cardboard and another piece of cardboard and scoop the shit up like a fucking sushi chef, making a stir fry, or like a fucking teriyaki express, like making a shit stir fry on that fucking big grill. So we're scooping up poop with boxes we fetched from the recycling bin. And that's our bright idea. And I made Andrew do it. Because I guess we kind of like agreed in principle that like if he was going to clean up the shit, I was going to have to deal with the aftermath, which was of course talking to one of our best customers and telling him that he shouldn't shit in our store. So anyway, we clean the shit up. We do the best job we can. We douse that shit in Windex, whatever the fuck we can find. Go into the, it's like Drano. Yeah, good. It'll destroy the carpet. Who gives a fuck? We'll do something about that later. I'd rather just wreck it. So all sorts of corrosives go on it. It just eats the shit out of the carpet. We clean it up. Doesn't smell too bad. Everything's fine. So then, to his credit, our Andrew, Mr. Poopy Man, who later adopted, he was given the moniker Poopy Pants. Again, more on that later. So he comes back. And he says, okay. He didn't actually say okay. He didn't walk in and like, okay. Oh. I'm back, guys. I just shit myself, but I'm back. No, he comes in and he says, I'm so sorry. And the first words out of his mouth are, that almost never happens. I swear to God, that's what he said. That's what he said. He's like, that rarely happens. I'm so sorry. That like almost never. I was like, almost? Almost. So I've shat myself before, I'm thinking to myself. Like, at that point, I had a good 3 or 4 good shittings in my life where I just, you have an accident. You think it's a fart, it's not. But he apparently had multiple experiences of shitting himself in public. So I said to him, okay, Andrew, that's cool. Is it like a medical thing? And he said, kinda, yeah. And I was like, okay, does it happen often? And he's like, well, once in a while. I was like, once in a while. Okay, once in a while. All right, I can work with once in a while. So, if it's something that happens to you regularly, Andrew, do you want me to like, if you ever explored the option of like an adult diaper? Like, we'd love to have you in the store, but I can't have you in here shitting on my floor. And he said, no, I can take care of that. No problem. I said, I can stock them for you. I have distributors. I can call up my distributor. Hey, Lion Rampant, I need 2 copies of Settlers, Seafarers, and Pirates, whatever the fuck expansion you got. I need 10 boxes of Mirrodin from Magic the Gathering. Oh, and I need Depends, adult-sized, extra thick. Like, but like, I was willing to do it. And so he's just like, no, I can take care of that. And it was just stunning. So anyway, fast forward a bit. So he keeps coming back to the store. He pisses himself a couple of times in our chairs, which was, I mean, maybe it was just sweat, probably piss. But he did it a couple other times. It wasn't never quite that bad. But it wasn't just the pissing and the shitting. Poopy Pants, which we later called him, and we didn't feel bad about calling him this, because it turns out not only did he have an ass problem and couldn't walk, which are awful. Like, if it's really a medical problem, I feel so terrible. But he was a giant fucking asshole, too. It turns out there was a reason why he wasn't coming around to people's stores, is that not only did he shit on your floor, he would shit on your soul. And, like, he was not very... You're thinking Steve Buscemi? Picture Steve Buscemi with a beard, and, and that's this guy. So he was just like, we would be playing... Okay, so he was really dumb. Obviously had a problem. I don't know exactly what his problem was. He was like in his 20s, still lived with his mum, and had an issue of some kind. I don't want to guess as to what. But we were playing Scrabble this one time, and I'm a very good Scrabble player. Like, I'm a good Geoguessr player, but I'm actually a pretty good Scrabble player. Played in tournaments and all that shit. And I'm trying to walk him through the game. Like, okay, so here's what you do. You have an opening thing and blah, blah, blah. And so I take my turn, and we were playing a 4-player game, and 2 other people took their turns, and it was his turn. And the only word he could come up with was the word on. O-N. He's like, I'll put an O there and make the word on for 2 points. And I said, if you just take that N and you put it on the other side of that O, you'll get 4 points because it's on a triple letter score. Just saying. You can get twice as many points for the same word. That's the best you can come up with. 7 letters is rack. 2-letter word. Wide open board. Anyway. But it wasn't that he wasn't bright. It wasn't that he had problems. It was that he would, if he, like, playing Magic, he was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Against people and putting cards down and going, and he genuinely thought he was better than people. He would lose every single game, but throughout the whole process of that game, every clever move he made, clever in his mind, like just reading the card and doing what it was supposed to do, he would be like, bah! Bitch! Yeah! And then he would shit himself. So, like, when you couple shitting yourself with being a giant asshole, and he was a giant asshole, just like totally, I mean, problems. Again, I'm trying to be forgiving, but Jesus Christ, at some point you have to just rein yourself in. And with that combined, we had to ask him to stop playing, stop coming, and he ran out of money too, which was really great. It's like he comes in, he's like doling out cash like twice a week. It's just like 100 here, 100 there. We were just like, damn, bitch. Come on, you shit yourself all over my store. You can shit on my wife if you want. I don't give a fuck. You keep spending that kind of money. But maybe it was on... it was on the spectrum. Yeah, it could have been. But I'm a firm believer that some people are just terrible. Like, not everything has to be explained by a mental illness. Like, some of it is. A lot of it is. But some of it's not. And I don't know what category he falls in. I'm trying not to be too hard on him. But it was definitely a terrible experience. Just like, come in my store, shit on my floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. So, anyway. Yeah, serious Asperger's. Oh. But yeah, it's a true story. Yeah. I'll do a stream with some people, some friends of mine at some point. Actually, that's going to be happening. And they'll verify it. We'll talk more about it. The 2 guys that were regulars at my store there, one of them was not present, but the aftermath. And, like, his name. Like, we called him Poopy Pants at first, then he became Senor Poopy Pants. For some reason, he was Spanish suddenly. And then and then we just started calling him Senor so we could conceal it. And then we just ended up calling him the Spaniard because it was even... Like, we didn't want to hurt him, right? But we still wanted to communicate to one another. We were making a... Are you naked? Don't be naked. I'm on camera.
I'm not naked.
Okay, she's not naked. They can probably see you. Let's see. Can they see you? You guys want to meet Kate? It's right there. Come on. Come. You guys want to meet Kate? How many viewers do I have still? Let's take a look. Where's my fucking chat? Still have 33 people watching. Where's the... This is Kate.
Oh, it's delayed.
It's delayed. Yeah, you're not going to see yourself for just yet.
Well, I can see myself now.
I know. Okay, it's the rich wife.
Oh, you're bad.
She rich as fuck. She's got all kinds of money. This is why I'm wearing polka dot purple shorts, is because she doesn't give me any of it. Come sit on my lap. You want to sit on my lap? You be in my stream?
Sure.
This is my wife, future soon-to-be wife. There's the live view. That's what we look like right now.
Hello.
I was just telling him a story about how I had a customer who shit himself in my store. Yeah.
I think I've heard that one.
Well, but a few hundred times.
Yeah, he was a repeat.
He was a repeat offender.
A repeat customer. A repeat shitter.
Yeah, no, he pissed a couple times and then he shat. And then he shat and then pissed. And luckily they were all leather chairs. So it just wipes right off. Which is good.
It's not nice to make fun of people.
I know it's not. That's why I didn't tell anyone his last name.
Incontinence.
It's true. I'd be forgiving of his incontinence if he wasn't such an asshole.
But they have adult diapers now, don't they?
They've had them for quite a while, dear.
So why didn't he wear them?
No forethought. Lack of forethought.
Anyway, I don't think people really want to...
You're so lucky she puts up with your shit. Yes. Yeah.
It's not making fun if it's a true story. That's true. It's really just stating a fact.
I'm just stating a fact.
How is being with Ofa? It's great. We are random people for the internet watching us.
It's pretty unbearable. It's true. When are we doing audience participation gaming? How about this weekend? I'll schedule some for this weekend. We'll play some Use Your Words.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, why do people like watching you? I don't really get it.
I don't know.
I mean, you're okay, but I don't know if I'd watch you.
You do watch me. You watch all my videos, right?
I watch your videos. I do.
Yeah.
Does Ofa make sexual innuendos off camera? Yeah, only like every 5 minutes. This is definitely like uncensored. I mean, he's like this in real life.
I'm like this exactly.
Yeah.
Like this in real life.
Oh, you like my hair? Thanks, girl.
That's not a girl.
Whatever.
It's Troll McTrollington. I'm pretty sure he has a penis.
Whatever.
But then again, not all men have penises, and not all women don't have penises.
That's
right?
true. That's right.
Yes, some of them have them in their mouths. But anyway, you fart.
No. You stink. Maybe it's me. I just got back from the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, she does have nice hair. Some men have two penises. I know one man does have two penis.
Yep.
Two penis. two penis. It's like Tupac.
Two peni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Identify.
Identify.
You just assume my penis. Oh, man.
Identify.
I heard that motherfucker had like 30 goddamn dicks. Yeah. Washington. People are memeing at me now. You don't know that meme, do you?
Nope.
That's an old meme, too. White Zero must be old, like me. Yeah. Yes, she would. She has in the past, hasn't you?
For me.
Didn't you stream with me once?
Don't answer for me. I can speak for myself.
Because she has a penis.
You like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would game and stream. Only cute games, though.
We play Overcooked a lot.
Only cute games. Nothing too aggressive, please, for me. Identify. That's funny. I like that. Good job, Chris H.
All right, get off me.
Okay, I have to go eat something now.
All right.
Make some gains. Okay. Bye, guys.
Okay, anyway. We're getting married in 3 weeks. In 19 days, in fact. Anyway, I gotta go, guys. I'll give away one more Steam key before I do. So one more trivia question. Okay, trivia question is... thank you. Trivia question is... What is the... Why, Mango? He just came to lay down in his bed. What is the name of this keyboard I'm holding in my hand right now? What is it? What's this keyword? Thank you, Louis. Louis. What is this keyboard? Okay, so Danny got it first, but then he said give it to the next comment. Keyboard for ants. Yeah, Fan Pap got it. It's the Drevo. Oh no, he didn't. He said Calibut. Okay, well. Alright, I'm gonna give it to Fan Pap. Nexie, you already won something, so sorry, I can't give you anything. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give it to Fanpap. I'll give it. Okay. I'll give Fanpap something, even though he said Calibut. So Fan, techtical@yahoo.com, please email me. Include a secret word that only you know, and tell me what the word is in stream when I ask you. Okay. And then one more. What is my regular daily driver keyboard? How about that? Who can tell me that? Eh? Thank you, Luis Lendoff.
I'm hungry.
That's okay. We'll go eat something in a minute. All right, come on. What's my regular daily driver keyboard? What's the other one I showed you? No, it's not Razer. No idea. Dell Membrane. Yes, better than the yucky one I just showed you. I talked about it in this fucking stream. Half of you I know were here, god damn it. And Pro is correct. Christian Death gets it. Okay, Christian Death, email me at techtical@yahoo.com. Like now. I ain't sticking around. And give me a secret word to let me know that it's you. And then I'll confirm that word with you here in the stream. So I'll stay around for another few minutes. Email me now. I gotta go. Girlfriend wants to eat. She's angry when she's hungry. Dell membrane keyboards are fine if you're getting them for free and you're not going to pay money for a keyboard. Not going to knock them too hard. Thank you. Thank you, June. June is how you pronounce that, right? Jun? Yep. He wants to eat. Sorry, Jason. Oh, God.
No.
All right. Waiting on some emails from techtical@yahoo.com. Yes, Yahoo. All right. Okay, what's the secret word? Mind Trapper. Mind Trapper. What's the secret word? Mind Trapper. Whoever Mind Trapper is, that's what your display name is. Ah, yes, you are correct. Buscemi is the secret word. Fanpap, I will email you a Steam key right now. Which game am I going to give you? Which odd little game am I going to give you? I'll give you this one. I've been holding on to it for a while. You can have it. No guarantee you're going to like any of these, but whatever. And Christian Death. Christian Death, the secret word, Christian Death, is what? To verify that this is you. Bye, Danny. Thanks for coming out. Let me know when you want me to be a guest on yours again. I want to appear on your channel. I love that. I love trolling you guys. Yes, Christian Death, the keyword is Titan. I will email you your key right now. And the game you're going to get is going to be... What one? Which one? Which game? What do I have here? I want to give you a good game. Is this game any good? Oh, what the hell? I'll search for it here in this window. You want this game? You want Wickland? It looks like it sucks. I'm not going to give you this. Mixed reviews. Indie game shooter heavily inspired by classic FPS games of the 1990s. What are the complaints about it? It's a dead game. It's multiplayer only? Oh. Okay. So that's why. Well, that's too bad. I won't give you this. But I will give you... Sorry, I'm just looking for something that's half decent. All right, this is the one. Okay, you've been mailed your key. Okay, guys. Everyone has their prizes. I gave away 3 keys tonight. Not bad. And yes, Infinity Factory does look fun. Enjoy it, Nexie. Okay. Thanks for showing up, guys. And I'll see you again this weekend. We'll do some audience participation streaming this weekend. So we're going to be playing a game together. Have your mobile phones ready. Be ready to connect and play along with me. And we'll give away some prizes. So see you later, guys.